My name is Daniel Kabongo. I live in Kaseba. I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo. As I arrived in Ireland, there are two most important things that I needed to get for myself: Irish residence and PPS card. For me to get a PPS card, I went to the intro with a certain document they asked me to bring. So I present the document and I got my PPS card to get my PPS card.
Well, a personal public service number, or PPS number as it's called, is a unique individual number that's used for accessing services, public services, and social welfare payments, paying your taxes, paying your national insurance, all that in the country. And if you are born in the country, you get one automatically. If you move to the country, you have to apply for one. And you do that by applying to the designated office in the county. And the designated office in County Mayo is the Intrio office here in Castlebar. Basically, you ring up and make an appointment to go and see them. You get a one-to-one interview and you have to bring certain documentation with you. There's three pieces of key documentation you need. You'll need proof of ID, you'll need proof of your address, and you'll also need a confirmation of why you need the PPS number, like a letter from an employer or whatever to say that you need the PPS number because you found work.
You know, there is a system in place, and as long as you respect the system and you respect the document that are required for one to have, it's quite easy to get your PPS number.
If anybody has any difficulties accessing or getting the PPS number, I would urge them to contact their own service, Citizens Information Service, and we're here to support people access information, advice and advocacy services. So if they have any difficulties, come and contact us. There's an office in Castlebar, we have offices around the county as well, and there's also a website, citizensinformation.ie, which people can access as well.
The benefit of getting the PPS card number: it has allowed me to get my driving license, healthcare, back to school, and housing. That's why you don't have to wait. Go and get your PPS cards. The fact is, sometimes we do get lazy. We think that things are difficult. The system is in place. Follow the procedure, follow the protocol, get all the requirement documents, you're gonna get your PPS cards. Any person and anyone outside from European Union living in Ireland need an Irish residence card. To get my Irish residence card, I went to the Gardaí with the document that they needed from me. So after 3 weeks, I got my Irish residence card.
My name is Declan Sweeney. I'm a detective Garda based here in Castlebar. I'm also the immigration officer. In order to get a residence card, you will have to bring your appropriate documentation to your local Garda station, which will be, there will be an immigration officer based at most Garda stations, or else you will go to the main office in Garda National Immigration Bureau in Dublin.
It's a system that is in place, so you have to adapt or to respect what the system requires, or what is being asked for you to get Irish residence. So myself personally, when I got there, the Gardaí immigrants, the hospitality was good. He received me, welcomed me, so since I had all the documents needed. So it was easy, I always say, because if I did not have what it requires, I was not going to be able to get an Irish residence.
The documents that you will require will depend on each individual, depends on what country you're coming from or what job that you're coming here to work as. For instance, if you're a doctor or you're in some other specialist field, you will require a work permit. If you don't have a valid residence card, it will affect your citizenship here in Ireland. As soon as you arrive in Ireland, you should go to your local immigration officer as soon as possible. Anybody over 16 years of age will require a residence card.
Most definitely, I'm going to advise people to get their PPS card number and their Irish residence as soon as possible. I have my PPS card number, I have my Irish residence. I can exercise my right to vote for the local election.
Everybody who is living in the county is entitled to vote. So all residents are entitled to vote in the local elections. Everybody should be registered to vote, because if you're not registered, you can't vote. Why you want to vote is important, because councillors make a lot of the decisions that affect our daily lives. You register to vote by making contact with Mayo County Council and supplying your details of your name, your address, and you have to be over 18, of course.
It is important, looking at where I'm coming from, a country that my vote means nothing to the authority because of the corruption, but living in Ireland where my voting is more considered and my voice is more important. That is why I have to exercise my right to vote.
Well, over 100 years ago, we had a rebellion in this country where people wanted the right to elect their own governments and to be represented by people of their own choosing. Since then, Irish people have had the right to vote, and Irish people turn out in large numbers to vote in elections. A lot of people in more recent years have come from other countries to live in Ireland. The countries from which they came from often do not have democracy and freedom like we enjoy here. And it is important, therefore, that when you have the chance, that you exercise your right to vote, because by doing so, you help to determine the type of a country that we all live in. Any person who's living in the county can stand for election. Even if you're not a citizen, you can stand for local elections and only for local elections. So you can become a councillor if you're a migrant.
You can stand in an election as long as you have a vision and you know what you want to do for people and you have the passion for a change, better people's life. You can vote even though you are a non-Irish citizen.